Hello lovely YouTubers. This is going to be a review of the Numinous Tarot by Noel Arthur Hempel. Apologies in advance for the narrowness of the shot. I don't have a tripod yet, but I really wanted to put out a review of this deck because I am freaking in love with it. I've had it for a couple of weeks now and it just reads amazing. So let's start with the packaging. So you can see the box, really lovely image on the box. However, the box itself is not really designed to hold the cards. Like, it opens from the top, and inside there was just like a temporary clear plastic thing to hold the cards, but it's not really designed to be used permanently, so you do want to get a pouch or a bag or a box to keep these cards in. It did come with a guidebook, which is super helpful because there are some changes in this deck, renamed majors. There's an extra card called the Numinous that I really love. There are also some changes to the names of the court cards, so you will want to take a look, flip through the guidebook. You can see there's some spreads in here, some kind of information at the beginning about how they did the different namings, and then sort of your standard picture of the cards, upright and reverse meanings, a little bit about each card. So nice guidebook. The cards themselves, so in terms of quality, here are the backs. They are very sticky. I think it's because of the gold there. So when I first got my deck, I actually had to like pull the cards apart because they were all kind of stuck together, and I do find that they tend to stay that way. So it's a little tougher if, like, I do this kind of shuffling. It's a little tougher, like you end up, it's hard to get a small amount of cards at once. So that's not my favorite, but the deck itself is absolutely stunning. This is one of my favorite decks, even though I haven't had it very long. I'm absolutely in love with it. The diversity of representation, the art itself is just beautiful, and it just reads really well. So I'm going to show some example cards. So here we have the Nurturer, that would be the Empress. So not just diversity along one line, but along many. So there's lots of, here's the Hermit, lots of queer figures, lots of figures of different races, also visible disabilities. I really enjoy reading decks with figures, but a lot of times I'm turned off by the lack of representation. Like you can see here, the Nine of Candles, using a mobility device. And I love how, like, the diversity is like not an afterthought in this deck. It's just all throughout. The suits are a little different. So the tomes, these are pentacles. I really like the way they use books throughout that suit. The bells are the swords. And then here's another from the bells. I'm pulling a lot of bells in this video. Candles are wands, and vials are cups. Oh, I love this one so much. It speaks to me. This is an amazing, instead of the devil, it's the shadow. My intention is not to actually show you every single card, but there's Death. Let's see if I can find some favorites for you. So this, instead of the Hierophant, you have the Visionary. I love that with the elemental symbols on the arm there. Yes. Creator of Vials. So the creators are the queens. Let's see if I can get this right. The creators are the queens. The explorers are the knights. The pages are dreamers. And now I've forgotten the kings, but I'm sure one will come up. This is the sort of extra card. This is the Numinous. I love this. It's like representing kind of the mysterious places, the like moments of mystery and magic that occur in life. I just got this in a reading and it was really powerful. This creator of candles, so candles is the wands. This is Queen of Wands. This is actually on the guidebook, the Hanged One. So of course all the gendered cards are modified intentionally in this deck. So the Chariot. But I feel like sometimes that's done and that's the only thing done. So I love that there's also like a very diverse representation of gender, different gender expressions throughout the deck. This is the, so like the High Priestess is the Diviner instead of that card. So you can see all sorts of different representations. I also really like some of the interpretations of the minors. So like, for example, this is Six of Tomes. It's all about giving and receiving, and you have the little free library. So there's just little bits of kind of modern life strewn throughout that I really appreciate and that really resonate with me throughout this deck. And then you have the sort of more like abstract, more spiritual cards, like the Awakening is Judgment, the equivalent to Judgment. This is so good. Libraries, all about abundance. I love it. So yeah, you'll just see like so much attention to detail in these cards, so many little references to things that I think you can really start to read with this deck and then find things that you didn't notice before. This is the cover image is actually the Lovers. And I love how the Lovers is a group of people, all connected. I think that's really cool. It's like an interesting reinterpretation. I also really like this one. So this is the Five of Tomes. So, you know, the traditional Rider-Waite image is the people in the snow that are kind of going past the church and not noticing that there are people inside. And so instead you have somebody here burning books to keep warm with the library right behind them. You know, it's a really powerful image. So definitely recommend this. I'm not sure if it's still, I think it is still available. Like I got it in a reprinting. I know that they're doing a few printings, but I would recommend that if it is available, you go ahead and pre-order, because I don't know how many printings there will be. But again, we'll finish up with the Ten of Vials. Awesome chosen family image. This is the Numinous Tarot by Noel Arthur Hempel, and definitely give it a million thumbs up. All right, thanks for joining me. Bye, folks.